The good news is, you have a full tank of gas in your vintage car, and there is a full case of dynamite in the back seat. The bad news is that you are flat broke. All is not lost, however, since in addition to having no money, you apparently have no morals, so robbing banks is a viable option. Bank Heist is a nice twist on the tried and true Pac-Man formula. You are in a small maze that is filled with 3 lightly guarded banks. Much like real life, this changes immediately after you rob the first one. Each time you rob a bank, a cop car appears and begins pursuit. While this can get annoying, especially when they get you trapped in a corner, it is a necessary step towards robbing more banks. With each button press, you drop a stick of dynamite behind your car, which if timed properly will result in 1 destroyed cop car. For every cop you kill, another bank for you to rob appears, which when robbed causes another cop for you to blow up to appear, which will lead to more banks to rob. It's the circle of bank robbery life. The cops aren't the only nemesis you face in your pursuit of riches. While your car is without a doubt a classic, it is also a gas-guzzling machine. Since there are no gas stations in town, the only way to fill up is to rob banks and escape to the next town. I guess you can only fill up when the fuzz isn't on your tail. With every successful bank robbery, the refill line on the right side of your gas meter goes up a notch, reaching the top after 9 robberies. Whenever you leave town, your gas tank is refilled to wherever that line is. This is a nice play mechanic as it forces you to change your strategy on the fly in order to achieve your goal of multiple bank robberies. There are some hidden pathways that can help you get to the other side of town in a flash, but even without them, it's possible to hit all 9 banks on a single tank. Oh, and be careful, because if the cops catch you, or you blow yourself up with your own dynamite, you not only lose a spare car, but you start over with the same amount of fuel in the tank. The robbing and evading gameplay still holds up pretty well today. Plus, you can't go wrong checking out a game that made blowing up cop cars a central focus of gameplay decades before Grand Theft Auto made it cool. The box art is a very nice piece, featuring some Bonnie and Clyde-inspired robbers making a run for it with their Tommy guns in tow. Gotta say though, the gas prices were certainly better back then. The manual is pretty basic, but does a nice job of setting the stage for the game and giving you all the information that you're going to need in order to rob those banks and avoid capture. While the game didn't show up in a catalog, it was in a 20th century Fox coupon booklet. Have you ever wanted to be a thrill-seeking stunt-flying crop duster pilot? No? Are you sure? Because this is totally a spot on stunt-flying crop duster simulation. Okay, maybe not stunts in the sense you are doing barrel rolls and giant loops, but more the ultra-dangerous one mistake and you will die in a fiery crash while simultaneously devastating a family farm since you burned down their only barn type of stunts. Oh wait, did I say fiery crash? It's actually more like you are flying a bumper plane, since if you smack into anything, you bounce off of it before continuing your route. The concept is that you must fly your plane over the windmills and dip down to the ground so that you fly through barns, all while dodging flocks of geese. This is easier said than done since the geese are plentiful, and the gaps between the windmills and barns are incredibly short if you are going at full speed. Until you have played the game enough times to memorize the level layout, expect to spend a lot of time bouncing your plane off of windmills, geese, and the tops of the barns. There are 4 courses available for you to pick from, each one increasing in both difficulty and number of barns you must pass through. Now in most games from this era, you would have a certain time limit to fly through the required number of barns before either moving on to the next level or having your game continue. Unfortunately in this case, once you hit the predetermined number of barns, the timer stops and the game ends. This takes a lot of the fun out of the game, since the better you get at the game, the shorter it becomes. If you're looking for a quick game to add to an Atari 2600 Battle Royale, this is a good option. The artwork on the box cover features some of that wonderful colorful art style that Activision is famous for. The manual is pretty bare bones, featuring only a couple of pages of information to go along with the designer profile that was in every Activision title. It did have the most important bit of info, however, telling you what you needed to do in order to qualify for the coveted Flying Aces patch. The challenges were 33.3 seconds on Game 1, 51 seconds on Game 2, or 54 seconds on Game 3. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more Game Encyclopedia videos.